Hey, time for another read aloud. This time we're going to read the book The Greedy Triangle by Marilyn Birds. Okay, see all the different flowers, different shapes. The Greedy Triangle. Once there was a triangle that was, as most triangles are, always busy. The triangle spent its time holding up roofs, supporting bridges, making music in the symphony orchestra, catching the wind for sailboats, and much, much more. Didn't even mention that piece of pie, right? The triangle's favorite thing, however, was to slip into the place where people put their hands on their hips. That way, I always hear the latest news, it said, which I can tell my friends. The triangle's friends liked hearing the news. His friends. One day, the triangle began to feel dissatisfied. I'm I'm tired of doing the same old things, it grumbled. There must be more to life. So the triangle went to see the local shapeshifter. How may I help you? The shapeshifter asked the triangle. I think if I just had one more side and one more angle, said the triangle, my life would be more interesting. Well, that's easy to do, said the shapeshifter. And poof, the shapeshifter turned the triangle into a quadrilateral. Life changed in a wonderful way. The quadrilateral was happy with all the new things it could do. The quadrilateral could be a baseball diamond, or first, second, or third base. It could take a position on a checkerboard or a chessboard. It could be a television screen, a computer screen, or a movie screen. It could frame windows or frame pictures and much, much more. The quadrilateral's favorite thing, however, was to be the pages of a book. I learned so many interesting things and stories that way, it said, which I can tell my friends. The quadrilateral's friends liked hearing those stories. But one day the quadrilateral began to feel dissatisfied. I'm tired of doing the same old things, it grumbled. There must be more to life. So the quadrilateral went back to the shapeshifter. How can I help you now? The shapeshifter asked the quadrilateral. I think if I just had one more side and one more angle, said the quadrilateral, my life would be more interesting. Well, that's easy to do, said the shapeshifter. And poof, the shapeshifter turned the quadrilateral into a pentagon. And life changed in a wonderful way. The pentagon was happy with all the new things it could be. On the baseball diamond, the pentagon could be home plate. It could be a section of a soccer ball or appear inside whenever someone drew a five-pointed star. The Pentagon's favorite thing, however, was to be the headquarters of the United States military near Washington, D.C. I hear all the top secrets that way, it said. It's too bad I can't tell them to my friends. The Pentagon's friends couldn't help feeling left out. After a while, time seemed to pass slowly for the Pentagon and it became dissatisfied. I'm tired of doing the same old things, it grumbled. There must be more to life. So the Pentagon went back to the shapeshifter. So you're here again, the shapeshifter said to the Pentagon. Now what would you like? I think if I just had one more angle and one more side, my life would be so much interesting. That's easy to do, the shapeshifter said. And poof, the shapeshifter turned the pentagon into a hexagon. Life changed in a wonderful way. The hexagon was happy with all the new things it could be. The hexagon fit on floor tiles, in houses and patios, and fancy crackers at parties. It worked as the socket for certain bolts and the prongs and certain wrenches. The hexagon's favorite thing to do, however, was to be the cell in a beehive. I love watching the bees as they buzz in and out, it said. The hexagon spent so much time in the beehive it was too busy to talk to its friends. The friends missed the hexagon and couldn't help but feeling ignored. Again and again, the shape became restless, dissatisfied, and unhappy with its life. And again, it returned to the shapeshifter for more sides and more angles. The shapeshifter agreed to turn it into one shape after another. After a hexagon, it became a heptagon, and then an octagon, and then a nonagon, and a decagon, and on and on. Finally, the shapeshifter the shape had so many sides and so many angles. Its sides were very, very small. It had trouble keeping its balance. Its friends couldn't tell which side was up and which side was down. And they began to avoid the shape. And one day the shape was going down a hill. It began to roll. Faster and faster it went, screeching around corners, crashing into fences and trees, and colliding with bicycles and terrifying the walkers. At last the shape came to a stop, felt tired and dizzy, lonely and sad. Enough, thought the shape. I don't know which side is up. I can't keep my balance. My friends don't even want me around. The shape could no longer remember why it had been so unhappy as a triangle. Very carefully, he made his way back to the shapeshifter. Aren't you happy yet? The shapeshifter asked. I want to be a triangle again, said the shape. I'm not surprised, said the shapeshifter. And poof, the shapeshifter turned the shape back into a triangle. The triangle was delighted to have its old shape back again and kept itself very busy. Once again, it held up roofs, it supported bridges, made music in the symphony orchestra, caught the wind for sailboats, became slices of pie and halves of sandwiches, and much, much more. Still, the triangle's favorite thing to do was to slip into that place where people put their hand on their hips. That way I can hear the latest news, it said, which I can tell my friends. Its friends liked hearing the news and were glad the triangle was back in shape again. The end. So this book, if you ever check it out at the library, has a whole bunch of stuff about math when you get done. This is a cool page. It tells you 3 sides is a triangle, 4 sides quadrilateral, 5 is a pentagon, 6 is a heptagon, 7 sides is a heptagon, 8 is an octagon, like octopus has 8 arms, right? 9 is a nonagon. 10 means decagon. 11, undagon. See, I didn't know that. I thought we called it I guess that's it. Novagon or something. Undagon. And then a 12-sided is a dodecagon. Anyway, cool book. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time.